So did you ever hate a TV show so much that you just had to keep watching it so you can add to the list of everything that you hate about it? Except by the time you get to the third episode, you realize, darn it, I really love this show. Well, that's how I felt about Harley Quinn. And I'll tell you all about it right after this. This cartoon is over the top with its graphic violence. So much so that even the characters are getting sick by seeing all the blood and guts. Profanities everywhere. And it's so irreverent with its subject matter. I mean, this cartoon is in your face with everything that your parents taught you was bad. And it's wonderful. Basically, it's the story of a young, attractive, psychotic former psychiatrist who's coming to terms with the fact that she's allowed herself to get involved in a destructive, codependent, violent relationship with the king of violent, narcissistic personalities. And along the way, realizing that her violent, abusive, romantic partner has never really loved her, but instead has loved his violent, psychologically damaged, emotionally detached nemesis who is seemingly suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and somehow makes the subject uproariously hilarious. Every character is flawed. Jim Gordon is a broken, cynical shell of a man, relying on a dangerous vigilante to do his job. Bane is an imbecile who doesn't realize that nobody likes him. The Joker is a remarkably efficient, violent megalomaniac who continually gaslights Harley, but solely exists for the enjoyment that he gets from antagonizing the easily triggered Batman. Poison Ivy is Harley's guide and the voice of reason throughout the show, but she's in self-denial. She's just coming to terms with the fact that she's antisocial, yet she's falling in love with the very type of man that she thought she hated. And then there's Harley, remarkably talented, yet with many chips on her shoulder. Harley hails from a remarkably dysfunctional family who superficially profess their love, but will sacrifice their own flesh and blood for their own selfish benefit. Harley's out to prove that she's stronger and more violent than any man, and that she can be a villain as dangerous and cunning as any member of the Legion of Doom. The entire first season is nothing but her quest to show that she's no sidekick, but a villain just as cunning and dangerous as the Joker. And along the way, her struggle for independence pits her against her former lover, so much so that she and her gang of outcasts from the criminal world wind up in an endeavor to thwart one of the Joker's most dangerous plots of all time. Come on. The first episode drew me in with the introduction of Harley and her relationship with Poison Ivy. Ivy is grateful for Harley's past efforts to provide counsel and therapy for Ivy's deep psychological flaws, such as her deep antisocial nature. Ivy wants to return the favor by demonstrating to Harley that she's been wasting her time in a romantic relationship with a man who will never love her. So Ivy enlists the help of the Riddler, who conceives of a plot that makes the Joker boil in anger. And that is the announcement of a riddle that is so funny that anyone who hears it is going to die in laughter. Funny is my thing, the Joker proclaims as he sees the Riddler's plot exposed on the local TV news. Harley, who has returned to the Joker, even though he abandoned her for a year as she wallowed away in Arkham Asylum, offers to kill the Riddler within the hour if only her puddin' would watch a Reese Witherspoon movie with her. Of course, Harley and Batman both show up at the Riddler's. He captures them and dangles them both over vats of acid, which are not the good kind that give you superpower that Harley finds out to her disappointment. And to prove a point, the Riddler calls the Joker to come and join him, and he gives the Joker a choice. He'll save the one you love, Harley or Batman. And so the Joker thinks about it and says to Harley, "You know I can't let this punctuation prick get the credit for killing Batman." And so the Joker chooses to save his true love, Batman, while Harley Quinn is seemingly dropped to her death in a vat of acid. Of course, we find out that Ivy has orchestrated this whole thing. She shows up and informs Harley that it's nothing but margarita mix, and that she put on this whole charade to show Harley that the Joker doesn't love her and never has. And this demonstration is the last thing that Harley needs to become her own woman out of the Joker's shadows. And it's a transformation that's symbolized by Harley's ditching of the Harley Quinn outfit in favor of a new, playful yet sexy look. And so Harley's quest to prove herself begins. It is a quest that is punctuated by one-liners that irreverently point out some of the outrageous tropes that plague the Batman saga. One-liners that constantly hit the audience from left and right, so that by the end of the episode you're scraping yourself off the floor, anxiously awaiting the next installment. Rest assured, there are 2 seasons so far, so you can binge to your heart's content. But when this was first released in the DC Universe streaming service, at the end of every episode you were forced, in restless anticipation, to wait for the next episode to drop. Now, Harley Quinn is not perfect. At times, the silliness goes too far. At times, the characters are rescued from impossible situations by wholly convenient inventions by the writers that seem to come from nowhere. Most definitely, I would not let anyone under the age of 16 watch this cartoon. And even then, I would make sure that your bundles of joy could handle the gratuitous violence. But as much as I wanted to hate this cartoon, I couldn't stop watching it and anticipating its continuation. My name's Bill Kovac. I'm the creator and primary contributor to the Dantooine Free Press.
So I'm fighting cancer, and I'm also disabled. If you feel generous enough to make a small one-time donation, you can do so through PayPal. I'll have instructions in the description below. A non-tax deductible donation will go to a special needs trust set up for my benefit that will help pay my expenses.
Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to our channel and give us a like. Let us know in the comments below what topics you would like to see in the future. And hit that bell button if you would like to receive notification of whenever we release a new video.